This is the Kodiak with no solar attached to it. 10.56. Okay, now we're attached to it. So it's 10.65, and we're starting another load bank test. This will be the load bank test with 100 watts. It's going to go for 5 minutes. Last one went close to 7 minutes, so I may take this one close to 7 minutes. So I'm thoroughly pleased with this stove combination and the Kodiak. I mean, it's performing wonderful. So the Kodiak is down to 11.02 volts, 11.01 volts, 108, 109 amps, and I'll say 1,200 watts. Although the Kodiak itself said that it spiked to 1,281. So we are on two green light, but really one good green light and one a little bit. See how the two green lights are okay now? And for those of you, I'm making a series of videos on load banking the Kodiak, and it'll be just like load banking the Kodiak, the K2, because they have the same battery system. So those who like to know what the Kodiak can do, that's what it is. So we are, when you hit the click, that just now, that was the click on the stove in our back, and the element on the stove is clicking on and off, which throttles the Kodiak. So the Kodiak is pushing 108. Now I turned off the Kodiak because it doesn't want, now it's back to, it doesn't want to burn out its own element, so it's throttling the element back and forth. Heat, building up the heat, but not damaging the element. But the Kodiak loves it. You know, Kodiak is saying, give me all you got. So we are pushing 1,190 watts. And here we come, 106 amps, 107 amps. We're down to 11.2 amps. 11.02. So we are slowly dropping the voltage, but because we're on one solar, we're holding up nice, one solar panel. So I'm going to try to get about 5 minutes, 6 minutes. I mean, you guys could always move the time on the video to where you want to be to look at. I mean, you could always get what is it like around. By the way, the fan just kicked in, so it's 4 minutes 18, and the fan just kicked in. You could see I got a little electric tape, and the fan is blowing the electric tape. So the fan is kicking in, and 108, 11.754. So it's going to kick in right now, and we are on 2 green lights. So 2 green lights, that's 70%. We're pushing out 100 amps and 100 amp hours, and the Kodiak, you know, it's going to lose ground as the battery gets drained. And I'll give it to you. The lower the voltage when it's loaded, the higher the current. And the watts kind of stays the same in theory, because the load, which is the watts, is what the voltage and current is supposed to try to meet. So now we're at just under 6 minutes. In this version of it, I cut off at 7. The last one went to about close to 7. So we're at 106, 107 amps, 11.6, 11.06 volts, and we are at 1,190 watts. Okay, so the element went on. We're at 11.1086, so about 11.06, and we're 6.5 minutes into it. Now I'm going to keep going because I'm cooking a meal, and I'll get into that once I turn it off at 7 minutes. Then I'll turn it back on again. So we are going to turn off, and that's the 5-minute test that went to 7 minutes.